Hi everybody. I'm back. I did check in with my husband like I mentioned on my video earlier this morning. And he said, yes, absolutely, I can share our updated news. So, after prayerfully considering a lot of different factors, we have decided that we are going to cancel our IVF cycle and we are going to proceed with adoption. So, it's never been, adoption has never been off the table. We've talked about it for years. I think that it's kind of always been on our hearts that that's what we should be doing. Both myself and my husband have worked with special needs kids. I've done it for 16 years, and he did it for several years at Children's Hospital. And we just feel like we can provide a good home to a kiddo or kiddos that need people to be good parents. So that is our new plan. It's nerve-wracking and it totally changes everything. We have to, now that I did all the research and years of testing and saving money and everything for IVF, we are changing our plan, and now I have to dive into the world of adoption. I'm reaching out to a couple of friends that I know that have adopted, and I'm trying to find out the process. Luckily, I have exposure to it. It's somewhat familiar because I have a lot of kiddos at work that have gone through adoption. So I know the process. My husband and I are really excited for this, and we really want to get the ball rolling. So we understand that, the quicker we get things rolling, the sooner we're on the list, and then we can get placement, hopefully. So that is what is happening. Just like a quick side note about how we came to this conclusion. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from my cold. Is that, like I said, it's never been off the table. It's been something that's been on the table from the very beginning of understanding our infertility issues. But we are Christians and we're Catholics, and we pray a lot, and we've kind of felt that this is something that God wanted us to do, and that IVF isn't a widely approved method in regards to religious belief, and that religious belief because some of the embryos can be lost. So you're creating life, and then life gets destroyed. So, if you don't use, say you get 10 embryos that are healthy, what happens to the rest? Well, you can donate them, but there's no guarantee that they have a waiting period, and then they can be destroyed. So that's one reason, and probably in my husband's eyes, the number one reason for his choice. The other reason is that IVF is not guaranteed. We were looking at spending around $30,000, I think it was 25 to 30, and going through all of these medical procedures, and not knowing, like, is it going to work? And going through that stuff. So not having a guarantee was another one. And then I would say that probably the number one reason for me is that I have struggled all my life with my immune system. I have an awful immune system. Don't know why, just born that way. And I have asthma. So when I get sick, I get really, really sick. I usually start with some sort of a head cold that turns into a sinus thing, and then it goes to my lungs, and then it just sits there. I get bronchitis. I have to use a nebulizer and all my inhalers, and then that doesn't work, but I still do it. Then I have to go to the doctor, get on steroids, antibiotics, all this stuff. And the older I get, every bout of illness is just worse and worse and worse. Also, some of the medicines that I've had to be on, like the birth control pills for prepping for IVF, um, they affect me in a negative way. I have auras, that people get with migraines. And there's a strong association between auras and women with heart disease. And I have those, unfortunately. So now that I've added the birth control pills, I've been getting auras more. And that's not healthy. It's just not a good choice. So looking at my overall health and well-being, I thought, what happens if I get this really sick and I'm pregnant? It's not good for me. It's not good for the baby. Um, I know a lot of people do it. I don't know how they do it, but they do. I just feel like I don't know that my body could go through that. So anyway, that is kind of everything in a nutshell. My husband and I talked about it, and we are definitely going to continue our journey and our videoing and keeping you all updated. But now it's changing from IVF and fitness to adoption and health and fitness, because I still think it's so important for me to stay healthy and stay fit, to have a new baby around, and to be able to take care of myself and take care of my family. So anyway, thanks for checking in, and I hope you continue to watch our journey. Bye.